for evidence to prove a case for working on a project in Accra, then I should definitely come back to Accra to see if what I call evidence is still relevant. So maybe that's a case for saying that you can't just have a research in one part of the country and assume that it's the best for the whole country. It's important to distinguish between good and poor quality and also try to keep a good balance. Okay, different types of evidence, expert knowledge, published research, other research. You know that there are a lot of research that is done that is not published, but that does not mean that it is not also good for us to consider. And stakeholder consultations, I think we try to do quite a bit of that. What we do with the outcomes or the outputs of that is something else. And policy and program evaluations, Nana has spoken about that. Administrative data, this is becoming an interesting one. Last week we were in a forum on data usage in the country, and this was a big discussion, that actually we could build a lot of data from the basic administrative stuff that we pick up. In most institutions or public institutions, when you enter, you fill forms. If all this data or all this information was being gathered regularly and being centralized, maybe we'll begin to match, our data. So that I don't need to go to DVA, they present a new set of data on myself, move from there to the hospital, give them a new one. And if you are smart, then you start playing in between. Then, of course, I suspect sometimes our foreigners also take advantage of our new system and do their own kind of thing. Then beneficiary consultations, similar to stakeholder consultations, costings. Sometimes the reason why we will take one decision or the other is about the money. Performance expenditure. I think when you take the big sectors, those who are really well organized around statistics and data like education, like health, you'll find out that they do quite a bit around performance and their expenditure. Economic and statistical modeling, all this is terms and issues around data gathering and processing. And then research synthesis, so we don't just do the research for itself, but we try to do some analysis and put it in systematic use. Quality of evidence, I mentioned this a bit earlier. Questions around why we think data or information would be valid or relevant. It stems from internally, what does it mean to us? Is it credible from a scientific point of view? I mean, if you put it through a grid that was checking for the facts and figures, would it pass? Or it's purely assumption? The extent to which the design and conduct of the study or the reports was free of bias. And what are some of the biases? Selection, did people opt for a certain area for different reasons? And I think very often we in the CSO world are accused of this, that when we want to make a certain statement, we pick certain people to say something that suits what we want.